Hey everybody, quick episode of TJ's Garage. Today we're going to show you a couple things about the string trimmers that you get from Home Depot or wherever, Ryobi and Homelite. Okay, this is the expanded edition where you could add a bunch of attachments. This one, the Homelite, they have a specific square shaft on it, and you can only use Homelite brand shaft, which would be, you can use a curved shaft. They come curved. As you can see, it's the same configuration as the receiver on the power head. They also come in straight shaft. Today we're going to show you, there's a little confusion about this kit you buy at Home Depot to replace the heads. Okay, now everybody thinks, well, it's yellow, you know, it's got to be Ryobi. Well, that's not necessarily the case. A few things you're going to get inside of this are, you're going to get the replacement head, you're going to get an adapter, and you get some screws and nuts and bolts. Okay, but what these are, these two different colored nuts, are the two different adapters that are inside the bump head. Okay, so this one specifically has got the Ryobi. So here's your Ryobi shaft that goes on the Ryobi 2-cycle power head. Okay, if you look here, this is silver. Okay, inside the bump head, silver. So if you take this nut and you put it on here, you'll see that it adapts to the Ryobi. We'll do it this way, it's a little easier to see. It adapts to Ryobi. Hold on one second, let me get them cross-threaded here, because they're reverse threads. Just remember that too, they're reverse. Hold on, maybe it's the black. Okay, it's the black. Okay, the black one is for Ryobi. Okay. And if we go down here and get the silver one should thread right on the Homelite. Okay, so that's why you got the two different colored nuts. These other nuts are for different power heads, maybe older brands with adapters. And this adapter will go right inside of here. And some of the shafts have a long protruding hex head that go into there, and that's where you're going to come in with this. So when you do this, these unlock, right? So if you did have a case where you had to use this portion with the adapter, you're going to just punch this nut out, and this, you're going to use one of these two nuts. Okay, so this comes out. This isn't you know, this isn't locked in here. So depending on the head you're using, depending on the shaft you're using, you're going to use one of these two bolts. Okay. The other thing that people are confused about, you're not supposed to be taking these things apart when you run the thread through your whip. Okay. It's always supposed to stay together. When you put them together, you're going to line them up, lock it in. But you're never going to take these things apart. When you thread them, just line up the arrows, just like this. Take your head, line up the arrows, and then you run your string right through. Take about 4 feet on each side and just start winding it. Don't ever take these things apart unless you're replacing the spring or the entire head. All right, so real quick, before we end up, I'm going to show you how to take these heads off. This pin is also included in this in the kit. Okay, you're going to look for this little indent here. This is a Ryobi head. Okay, you're going to stick this pin in here, give it a quick crank, and it comes right off. That's it. Then you replace your head with the new kit. There's your black nut. Here's your black nut. Here's your silver nut. There's the black one. That's for Ryobi. You can also use this head on Homelite. All you're going to do is push that nut out when you put this new head on. Okay? Now, as far as Homelite, real quick, Homelite heads come off a little differently. Grab them with pliers. You can see the flat spot on the shaft. One on both sides. Grab with the pliers. Okay? And once again, just like that, they come right off. And there's your silver nut. Silver for Homelite, black for Ryobi. They go right on. no problem. So if you get all this stuff in here with the kit and you don't like reading directions, that solves it for you right there. So here's your head. Like I said, you're not going to take these things apart, but I already did. But this is what you're going to get in the kit. All this stuff, but realistically, this is all you're going to be using. Of course, I took it apart, which I shouldn't have done. But don't forget, when you're running the string through, line up the arrows, run your string straight through about 4 feet, hold tension on it, and start cranking it. Just like that. And put your head on, and you're done. So that's your replacement head for your Ryobi and Homelite trimmers. Thanks.